Okay. Okay, today I'm in Nairobi. I will interview 3 friends, see what they think about the world. So, okay, very shortly, can you present yourself with your name? How old are you? And very shortly, what you do.
Okay. I'm Derik. I'm 33 years old. I'm a trade technician, and I'm a social worker at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I'm Steve Moon. I'm 24 years. I'm an artist by professional. I have a diploma in arts. And a community worker.
Well, my full names are Shakespear. I'm 41 years old. I'm a volunteer community development worker. I work with the groups down at the grassroots, try to help them facilitate those initiatives that can address the problems they have. So.
Okay, perfect. So now let's start the interview. So try to make short answers because
Okay.
you are 3. So okay, the first
For
question
me,
is.
I won't answer. Maybe you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's if you are.
Yeah.
Okay. The first question is which do you think is the biggest problem of the world?
Well, to me, the biggest problem of the world is, first and foremost, is instability. And because without stability, everything else cannot fall in place. Because without instability, that's why you have poverty, you have hunger, you have conflicts, and that is the most biggest problem I think the world is facing at the moment.
And also, it's the attitude of the people towards addressing the challenges which come. Because some of these challenges are natural. Like, for example, you find that you are born in an area where there's conflict. It's not your choice. So it depends on the attitude that people have towards the problem in the world. Be it, political problem, be it a social problem, be it an economic problem. It's the attitude which we have. Like, is it our problem? Can we solve it? And when can we solve it? So the attitude plays a big role.
Yeah. Okay. The second question is, which could be the solution to these problems? Instability or instability?
The solution to all this, I think, first and foremost, is understanding and cohabiting in one. The entire world should come as one. We should break the barriers that we are having as human beings, first and foremost. Then I think when that is done, we can understand the other person's needs and aspirations without looking at them, judging them for their background or where they come from, and something like that.
Yeah, it's like when we have a problem, we should look at it like we are human beings. Regardless of what happens, we are human beings, and we just need to come up with an idea that will solve that particular challenge. Yeah, so the solution to this is, again, I go back to that attitude. We should have that attitude that we are human beings, and this problem will affect us in one way or another, regardless of the corner of the world where this problem is. It needs, we need one another to address this problem.
Okay. The second group of questions is in Kenya. Which do you think is the biggest problem?
In Kenya, the biggest problem, first of all, is the administration. I will tell you outright, because if your administration does not address the problem from the source, you're dealing with the preferable problems, you're not dealing with the cause and the root of everything. That is the big problem. That is why we've been going on for the last 10 years. We've been going towards change, and we have not yet reached there. So once that is done properly, and the administration plus the governor and the governed are in one harmony, then I think all the problems we are facing, we're going to have solutions to them.
Yeah. Leadership is an issue, because again, even with the natural resources which we have, which the community can just use, you find that if the leadership is not really spelling out a few boundaries, then you'll find that these resources are being misused just by a few, and at the end you'll find that the masses have that problem, to them. So, we think of that leadership, something should be done. Like we should come up and maybe come up with ways which are more more practical, which can address these our situations.
And which could be the solution to this problem of leadership administration?
First and foremost, we always go through elections after 5 years tenure. And basically we've been having politicians, they come, they promise good stuff. I'm not saying that if I was one of them there, I might be having a solution to this problem. But first and foremost, it is the person who suffers that knows the actual problem is undergoing through. So if you cannot come down to their point of need, there's no way you understand what they're going through. So the leadership should be from bottom to top, not from top to bottom. So they should come to the people first. I find out what actually they need, because if I have a problem of my road is bad, I'm missing water and my health is bad, you should ask me which one do I prefer for you to deal with first. You might deal with the road, but my health, that is not going to help me. So you have to identify which one is the root cause of all these problems. Then we tackle it from there as we deal with the others as well.
Yeah, and you will agree with us that if we have good leadership which comes from down, then it will be like addressing exactly what the people need. Like what has been the case is that most of these decisions are being made at the top. You're just being told that like the country has borrowed 70 billion shillings from wherever. I think that it is us, the community, who are going to be taxed to pay. And yet sometimes we don't see these monies they talk like they want to do the roads and do that. So at the end, the economy is like so hard, and the people down there who are paying the taxes really find it so so hard. So we hope that if the leadership can come from down, the communities themselves to decide what we want. Like if you go to a specific region, let them decide like with us, we are doing this is what we want. So that we don't, we decentralize this decision making so that it comes from the people. For that bigger decision now where we can now go and get those billions of shillings.
Okay, and you personally, what do you do to solve, or to try to solve these problems in Kenya? Very sure, you were talking about that.
Like we said, we are all community workers, we are volunteer workers. So through that small participation that we are doing, we are trying to mobilize the youth and the community around us to be participatory in some of the things that actually affect us directly. Like I think we walked around, you see the problem of garbage. It is a menace, and we are trying to work with it. We are trying as well also to mobilize the youth, and because crime rate probably is based on the youth. So this is happening because they're idle. So we try and come up with programs that actually can get them be participatory and involved, so that their minds are not idle, so they can't be influenced to get into drug abuse, violence and crime and stuff like that. So we are trying to do that together with the youth and with the local authorities, but we are facing a big challenge. We are not making that impact that is needed to be done, because regardless of that, the problems are still there. But we would say that at least to a certain percentage, we've managed to bring it a little bit lower.
Yeah, actually, just to add on what he has mentioned, we are mobilizing the communities to take actions that can reverse these trends. And after mobilizing them through various means, we sensitize them that this one can be done. And it's a thing that we even do at our individual levels. We have those groups that we work with, whom we assign, or we try to advocate to them that you people can remove the garbage physically, and they have done it for the last 6 years. We have it there. We have situations where, like even the government institutions, sometimes when we give them ideas, they listen to us, because we at times give them those solutions. So what we are doing is, we are not just sitting down. We are going outside there and talking with the community, telling them that this one can be done. We can remove the children from the streets. We just need to have a shelter somewhere, like a hall. We can give them some basic foods to eat. We can even teach them how to grow. Like the amaranth issue that we talked about, we share those kind of information with them.